Hey guys, welcome back to Rocketeer Motorsport here with another video at Spain for the F1 Grand Prix, for the Spanish one, and that is in fact as JJ coming across the line has crashed out of qualifying, and now he's not going to improve on that position, but it looks like he's going to stay where he is because of the crashes behind him and the retirement as well. Coming to the line is the pink car of XRL Cornish. Does he improve? He does. He goes to P2, which is the front row of the grid. Fantastic little lap there from Mr. Cornish himself. As Payox Remix pits from P3, he's not going to be able to improve on that. So it looks like Cornish could be safe for this. There's no Guns coming across the line now. What can Gun do? As Gun crosses the line, he crashes out. Wasn't good enough lap. And he's not happy with that, as there was Utah Elephant corner cutting into the pits. I'll let that one slide because it was going into the pit lane and the session was already over. Now for the formation lap. Good job by God Fast. Get up pole position. Cornish in P2, then Payox Remix in P3. Great drive from him in qualifying. Moving on to Tomcat in P4 on the grid, with his teammate right behind him in P5 is Joe. So that's great performance from Joe there. P6 is Stealth in the McLaren. See what he can do today. Utah Elephant into P7 as well. And then in P8 it is the man himself, G Barkster. Let's see what you can do here at Spain. Let's see what kind of track this is for you. And then Meg Centurion now into P9, which is kind of unexpected from Mega, if I must say so myself. Moving on to P10, YY, topping up the top 10 in the point. See what he can do as well, if he can keep that point position or not. V Lost House, see what you can do as well in P11. Probably not the best of starts for him either, as Gunner Gamer in P12 in this Grand Prix. Not where he wanted to be either, starting at the back with Calf right behind him, Mr. Cameron. And then in it looks like Grifter in P14, and once again in the Merc, another shocking little qualifying position there for him. With Caesar 2 Wizard, even more shocking in P15, with man JJ rounding up P16. With Luke, who is new to this, in P15, and then Malcolm in P16. So, no, a bit of lag there, and he's in the gravel trap. Anyway, moving on to the race then, 5 red lights. Good luck to all these drivers. A straightaway, YY is not done his point. YY's jumped the start. And here we go then, going into turn 1 at Spain. YY's jumped the start, so he's going to get the whole shot by a mile and a half. Oh, poor guy. As Malcolm's joined back from the session, he's obviously lagged out somewhere. I didn't see that or, notice that at the time. Coming out of turn 2 then on the first lap, there's contact in the background. There was an half mirror spinning around. It was Caesar 2 Wizard. And I think he was collected there by someone. A little bit of a messy start at turn 2 as you would expect on the opening lap. Moving on then into turn 3. This long right-hander before turning into turn 5. Oh, sorry, that's turn 4. This is turn 5. The hard left-hander. Side-by-side action between the Red Bull and Payox Remix and XRL Cornish. Tipping into the fast left-hander here. XRL Cornish has the inside line and gets the position. Up at the front though. Big mistake by YY, who lets through Gordon Fast into the lead of the race. That's crucial in the rest of this race, and that is for certain. Man, JJ doing a good start. Grifter in P14 as well. And is there going to be any dive bombs into the hard left-hander? There was from Tomcat there, who gets himself into front of Stealth and into P6. As Cameron, I think, made a move there on Grifter as well. As there's a sideways car, and that is Gunner Gamer going around. And he's going to lose a lot of positions there. As Grifter's made a mistake, and JJ's made a massive mistake there, dropping a lot way down the field. That's a little bit disappointing start from JJ as he went for a move on his teammate and it just didn't work out for him. Ended up in the infield there. Well, yeah, technically infield. Meanwhile, moving on to the fast left right-handers. This is probably the fastest corner on the course if you want to do the mathematics for that one. On the DRS straight is Tomcat going to get past his teammate. He does in fact get past Joe and he's back into P5, I think that is. As moving on, mistake here from the Ferrari driver. Utah Elephant runs wide. Meg Centurion's going to be all over the back of him at that rate. Let's see what they can do on the start finish straight. There's going to be DRS enabled now on lap 3. There's moves being made in front here. As a mistake, I think there. Maybe if I'm Tomcat. There's yellow flags at the back. Why was the yellow flags? I think something's happened to Howes. Howes has probably gone off there. Made a mistake or something along those lines. As he's dropped down a long way. Now heading into turn 2, the tricky left-hander. Usually always a spinner. There is a spinner. YY's gone around. Oh, YY, that's not the start he wanted. And in the background as well, Howes has crashed as well. So he's lost 2 cars there in a matter of 10 seconds and 2 corners. Now on lap 3, G Barkster dive bomb there from Cameron himself to get past McLaren a gun. for tipping it through the left to right. The left-right with Cameron looking up the inside of G-Boxster. Doesn't quite make that one stick though. Heading into the right-hander again. As a big mistake by Grifter this time. JJ passes him and gets himself up in position. But big mistake there by Grifter. Now onto the start and finish straight. Utah Elephant versus Mega Centurion. The side-by-side going through turn 1 and turn 2. Great move by Mega Centurion there. Utah Elephant's going to be weak here out of that corner as he is in the Ferrari this week. Be interested to see what else he can do in this race. But he's getting passed by, on the right hand side, by a Renault driver of G-Boxster, who gets a position and he's up to P6 and following his teammate through there. Utah Elephant thought about the lunge up the inside, but it didn't quite work out. As now onto the back straight, well, the start finish straight. Is Gunn going to be able to start making his comeback drive after spinning, don't forget, at the final couple of corners in lap 1. As in front, G-Boxster gets Mega Centurion behind. Is Gunn going to get past Cameron up the inside, round the left-hander? They give each other plenty of space, but Gunn doesn't quite get it this time, and Cameron gets the move done as there's yellow flags in the background as Lucas crashed, lost some front wing. That's not going to do his race any good at all. And now, finally, Gunn gets past Cameron on the start and finish straight. And in front of those two, Mega Centurion goes round the outside of Utah Elephant at turn 1. Tries to make it stick, and it does in fact stick. Going through turn 3 now, Mega Centurion versus Utah Elephant. And it's not done Utah Elephant any favours at all as he just misses out there. Huge dive bomb there by Malcolm to get past Tomcat there. A little bit of contact between the pair of them. Heading up into the fast left-hander again here. Is Malcolm going to get Holland's position? I think he might. Yes, he will. Tomcat goes onto the gravel trap there. Not the fastest way around that course. Now is Cornish going to go for a dive bomb here on JJ. He's up the inside of JJ and he gets the move done. And he gets himself into a better position. As tipping it through the fast left and right handers here. On board with Golden Fast. He's looking up the inside of Gunn here. After he's pitted. It's going to give him some space. There is contact between the pair of them through there. But it looks like that's all fair enough in racing. Gunn cut the corner, which means he's going to get a bad exit here. Onto the start finish straight. Surely Golden Fast is going to get this move done. There's yellow flags in the background though. But he still gets the move done, this Golden Fast, to get him up in position. Cornish gets a penalty. You need to keep an eye on those penalties. They're going to keep going up and up and up at this Grand Prix because it's a hard one. Just we set up G-Boxster also gets a penalty. But it's Joe up the inside of Caesar now. Round turn 4. Is Joe going to get this one done? It looks like he's going to get him. Joe round the outside at turn 5 and Caesar backed out of that one. Smart with dive bomb there from Golden Fast. And it looks like Mega Centurion is going to do the switch back there. Contact between the pair of them. But I mean, that was just 2 lines going into 1. And Caesar just let him pass Tomcat there. Interesting strat from Caesar. See what you can do with that. Someone's got his back. That was Luke on at YY. Luke getting damage again there. And that's not going to do him any favours. This side-by-side racing again between Golden Fast, who almost bins it. Golden Fast, huge save there from the lad coming out of turn 2. Now heading into turn 1, on board with Joe. Heading into turn 1, he gets past Caesar. Caesar going backwards, not going forwards at the moment. See what else he can do. Maybe a few safety cars might help that situation. Going to the fast left right-handers. Where's the Ferrari gone? The Ferrari's crashed. Golden Fast out of the Grand Prix. After a huge save at turn 2, he obviously was struggling, and that has just proved it by retiring him out. As the 2 Racing Point cars get past him as well. It's a shame for Golden Fast there. What can you do when you're trying on the limit at Spain? As that's a big move as well. Joe getting past Mega there, so Joe's got position in the pit stops there. As Cameron coming out behind Caesar. As YY's gone around now. That's not going to help his cause either during this race. As Caesar's made a big error there, and Cameron's already got Caesar. Once again, Caesar going backwards. Safety car's being called here now, because YY's out of the race. Now let's see what the pit stops could do. As JJ got held in the pit slightly by this man, Caesar. Is this going to affect Caesar in any good way in fashion at all? As he pits on for the new set of tyres. Looks like he's going for another set of hards there to get to the end of the race. As another one to pit was Grifter. And he's going on to the hard tyre as well. So it'd be interesting to see what these guys pitting can do. As into the pit lane also goes Malcolm now. So Malcolm coming into the pits. Can he make sure he doesn't speed? He's done that to perfection. Now coming into the pits. What's Malcolm's pit crew going to be like? It's a long way down on the line here is his pit stop. And he should lose position because I expect every driver behind him will also be pitting. And it is Luke anyway, who has pitted many times and crashed many times and is probably already lapped at this point. But YY gets position. Now G-Boxster, Heat Society is going to come into pits. Does Payox Remix Society is going to pit. No, he doesn't. Payox doesn't pit. So let's see what the strategy is going to be here between Remix and G-Boxster. G-Boxster going onto the hard compound tyres here. And he's giving up some track position also to Payox there. As XRL Cornish is now also pitting for a new set of compounded tyres here. As he comes in, the pit crew in the pink car, going to pin him onto the hard compound tyres again. Although that's a very slow pit stop there from the guys, I have to admit. Or at least it was from my perspective. Now, Payox Remix, what can you do with the safety car restart, buddy? He's really backing them up here. Hopefully none of the drivers hit each other. As Joe's got a penalty with someone, Cornish by the looks of it. And Payox Remix almost bottled that completely. But he's got away now, and he's already got a second gap. And further back, there's a Merc round, and I'm pretty sure there's quite a few cars going around there, in fact. I think JJ was one of them, sadly for him. Now heading into turn 1, no real moves being made there. G-Boxster holding on from Gun himself. Although saying that, G-Boxster made a huge mistake out of turn 2. Round the outside goes Gun to get himself into P2. Yellow flags again here as Luke goes around again out of turn 2. Moving on to lap 22 then, a long way into the future now. As we've got another spinner, it's Stealth this time. Stealth's gone around again, I think that is, around that corner. That's not going to do his race any good at all. I'm going through the fast right-hander there. Nice little battling going on as Cameron has got a penalty there. I don't really know what that was for because I wasn't paying enough attention to that. Now, coming to pit stop, what is Stealth going to do? He's going to go onto the sock of our tyres to get him to the end of the race. And I expect a lot of the drivers will do this, but just saying that, the medium compound tyre for Malcolm. All his other rivals pitting in for the softs. As a little bit of a mistake there from, I don't know what that was from Malcolm. Going onto the grass there, already getting his tyres filthy. Oh, Payox Remix is pitting from the lead of the race. Now maybe is he going to make those soft compound last to the end of the race? This is crucial for Remix himself to make this a very good pit stop indeed. He's going to go to the medium compound tyres. He doesn't feel those softs can get to the end of the race. It's a nice little good pit stop there from Remix as well. He's not the only one in the pits. There's Tomcat is another one. On board with Tomcat as he comes into the pits for a front wing change. It's stop go penalty as well. So that's not good for Tomcat at all. As he's pitting onto the medium compound tyres with a new front wing. See what he can do now with all this downforce he's getting and the fresher grip. As he finally accelerates out of his pit stall. That was a long pit stop for Noah himself, and he's not going to be happy with that. Meanwhile, in the background, Caesar also decides going to pit, so that is the way that will go. Stealth almost jumping Tomcat there, but they both do get Caesar, and I don't think Caesar's going to be happy about that one. Now, underneath safety car, just completing some laps, so you would have thought, you know what, the softs could get to the end of the race now, with the safety car being out for as long as it is. And there's some overtaking going on here. Cameron has got past Mega Centurion. Mega's tried taking his place back, and Cameron gets a position. I've got to say, Cameron was AI mode. It's a penalty to him in that one. Right. Here we go then for the safety car restart. What can Gun do from the lead of the race? He's got a penalty or two maybe already. And let's see what G-Boxster can do on the hard compound tyres. On lap 8 old compounds. So he's actually got fresher compounds. And saying that, he's got a fantastic restart from him to get himself away from the field. Although saying that behind, there's a lot of slipstreaming going on. Heading into turn 1, is anyone making a move? Possibly the Red Bull driver on board with Payox Remix goes round the outside of Mega Centurion in turn 1 into turn 2. And he goes round the outside of turn 3. There's contact between the pair of them. Mega Centurion goes sideways there, drops a couple of positions. And that's not great for him at all in this race. Mega Centurion, though, he's a fighter, and I'm sure we'll see him fighting his way back through the field during the end of this race. It's now going into the fast left-hander here at turn 5. Tricky corners get it right, but Mega Centurion gets past JJ, who made a mistake, then goes on the gravel trap, and is sadly going to let through Tomcat here as well, who gets a position on JJ. But Tomcat saying that's making a huge movement, and JJ gets past another driver. JJ's in the points here, and he's in a great position at the moment. He's got to keep these guys behind him for a couple more laps, though, if he wants to secure those points he's on. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Joe, GSR Joe, and in fact Cameron himself. So that's not great for either of those two to be picking up penalties for contact at all at this stage, especially so late in the race. Now look at this, Mega Centurion, a bit of lag there I think from Cameron's point of view, and Mega himself. I don't know who it was who was lagging in that one, but I think it was Cameron. But heading into turn 1 then, it's definitely Cameron who's lagging. Going into turn 2, does Cameron know that he's there? He doesn't, and he turns in on poor Mega. Mega goes spinning, and I'm afraid that's the end of his race as well. Now, is there going to be any more than just yellow flags out of that one? There isn't. Now, Karen moving on. Oh, that's Cornish, sorry. Round the outside. Cornish goes round the outside of Caesar at turn 4. Great move from Cornish there. If he can make this one stick into turn 5. Tricky left-hander, don't forget. And he makes the move. And that is a great pass right there. As moving on then. Onto this long little short straight with the DRS open. Is anyone going to send it for a dive bomb? Kind of would expect it at this point in the race. But it looks like it's all fun and games. There's the inside, we say that, but up the inside goes Cornish on Joe. There's contact between them again there. But Cornish gets the move done on Joe, and Joe goes backwards another spot there. I know some of these guys do stream their races. So if you guys want to see those live races and streams, comment down below what you want to see. And we can send you some POVs. As now, coming up the inside on the start for this straight goes Stealth. And JJ loses out another position. So JJ going backwards here, not forwards, on those hard compound tyres. So it's kind of what you expect on those hard compound tyres, whereas the other guys are on softs and mediums. Although saying that, Centurion's got a penalty. Off the track goes Cornish. So it could be that JJ gets some points here, because there's a lot of drivers making mistakes behind him at this point in the race. Now, round the final corner they go. This is Stealth versus Cameron one more time on lap 30 out of 33. So we've still got a long way to go in this one. 4 laps. I mean, I'd say it's a long way. It is a long way from Spain's point of view. But here we go then into turn 10. The tricky left-hander. You've got to send it properly. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. Centurion up the inside of Malcolm. Heading into the left-hander. There's contact between the pair of them. Off goes Mega into the wall. And that is Mega's race over and done with already. Pretty much exactly what happens. Going as fast, I expect. Although there's a little bit of contact there between Mega and Malcolm. Now heading through the right-hander. Off goes Tomcat for a spin there. Almost cost him that whole podium position. So he's battling for podium. So he's almost cost him a P4 there. See what else he can do in this race. As Caesar 2 Wizard is holding off JJ and gets past JJ, who runs off the track slightly there. That's not going to help him with penalties either. Now, on the last lap of the race, anyone going to go for a dive bomb at turn 10? The Ferrari thought about it. Joe went in too deep though, and Tomcat looking for the switchback, and he didn't get it. Oh, Tomcat looks like he's going to have to suffer for that P5 and let Joe get P4 here. But you know what Tomcat's like? Is he going to send it on the last lap of the race? He doesn't, and I'm afraid that is where they were going to finish. Gunn wins the race on without penalties, but with penalties being applied, it goes to G-Box. Great job by him. P3 goes to Payox Remix. P4 goes to Joe. P5 is Stealth. P6 is Tomcat. P7 is Cameron, who had plenty of penalties, and therefore Joe gets that move done. Caesar gets P9, or does he? And JJ, is he going to get P9? JJ gets P9 due to penalties. So great job by JJ to pick up some points there in this Grand Prix. Now, heading Cornish, looks like he's going to pick up no points in this one. It's a shame for the lad, but maybe with a couple of penalties being added in. Don't think Joe is very happy with his performance, and it's already left the session. But it is what it is. Cornish then crosses the line to get P12. And, and Gunner Gamer gets driver of the day. I mean, he was started at the back. He's gone for a spin. And somehow he's still come out P2. I think he's going to be disappointed he had the penalties. But I think he can be happy that he's still on the podium with that. But what about this man then? G-Box are keeping it clean. Only getting 1 penalty. Gunn getting 2. So, overall, not bad from the pair of the drivers, I have to admit. So let's see the overall qualifications then. But yeah, 3 seconds G-Box. So everyone had a penalty. So if you don't have a penalty in that race and it was a late safety car, you might have just won it on penalties. But it is what it is. No one did that. Look at the penalties list. We go down and just see what everyone's penalties is like. Because we always do that. And so I expect some of the drivers do take notes of who's getting lots of penalties. So they know who to race against with penalty-wise. And who they don't really need to battle. Maybe put added pressure onto it. I expect some drivers to be working that out as I speak. A lot of pit stops as well during that race. Plenty of front wings being broken off. There's a penalty there for G-Box. So 2 warnings at the end as well. So he almost got a second penalty. So, yeah, you can tell that they were pushing early on the limits, etc. Joe getting a lot of penalties, I have to admit. But he served one of them, don't forget. So Joe was probably one of the best ones there with the penalty-wise as he served most of his. And I'm just going to leave you guys with the rest of the grid. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And, well, let's see what the F2 race will go for later. Because that's what I'll be racing in. And I'll upload that video later on this week. I expect. Well, next week. Because it's Sunday today. I can do maths. I can do English. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and goodbye.